You find a certain brother, he says himself, I did not used to pray. I have money, I have power, I have everything, I have superb life. And so I did not used to pray. He says, one day, I felt a pain in my stomach. And I thought perhaps it might be something, maybe a little bit of gastric or whatever it might be, something I ate. He says, the next day, the pain was still there. I decided, let me go to the doctor. He went to the top doctors. The doctor had all the checks and they diagnosed him with what? With cancer. May Allah grant cure to those who are suffering with cancer. Say Ameen. And the doctor told him, you don't have much to live because there is no guarantee. This is aggressive and it's very bad. He says, I told that doctor, who do you think you are? How can you decide that I have very little to live? Are you God Almighty? Suddenly he is talking about God Almighty, but all these years he says that I didn't even think of God Almighty because I had everything. Are you God Almighty? The doctor says, hey, let's not go there. I'm only giving you what the results are of your own, the tests and so on. And I'm telling you from my experience that this is what it is. He says, when I left and I came home and I shared it with my family and I realized what exactly happened, he said, for the first time in my life, I washed myself and I stood on the sajjada. You know what's a sajjada? A prayer mat. I stood on the prayer mat and I faced Qibla and I said, let me offer 2 units of prayer and change my life. So he offered 2 units of prayer and he said, I cried.